Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today I want to talk about Salafi publications and their followers. Salafi publication and their followers. And I want to make a disclaimer in this video. Nowhere in this video I am attacking the Salafiyya, but I'm talking specifically about Salafi publication, who I consider to be the neo-pseudo Salafis. So this particular video is why are the followers of Salafi publications fanatic with personalities? And the reason for this video is for those Salafis who are always have to either refute Salafi publication and their false principles, and those individuals who are Salafis will always have to challenge the followers of Salafi publication in showing them their wrongs, but get little results from them. So to pair up in this particular video, I have to pair up Salafi publications and their followers, and I have to pair Salafi publication followers with personalities. This is very important for this video, and it's very important to understand the followers' conditions. So Salafi publications, if you find with them that they are fanatic with personalities, and for those people who try to correct them, the followers, to call them to the truth, to teach them what Islam actually teach, meaning from the sciences of Islam, you will find that in your discussion with them, or teaching them, or educating them, or cultivating them, that when you use the Quran, when you use authentic hadith, when you quote from the authentic scholars who they believe and know are authentic scholars, but they refuse to follow the truth. They refuse to hold on to the book of Allah. They refuse to understand the correct hadiths. And if you're wondering why, you give them all these evidences, proofs, and explanations from Akhru that they still choose to blind follow, they still make bad decisions, they're still with this clique. So we have to understand first, what is the mind setting of the followers of Salafi publication? Well, the first thing you will know is that they have no attachment to Islamic knowledge at all. They know nothing about the Islamic sciences. For the followers of the neo-pseudo Salafis, which is Salafi publication. Neither am I saying Salafis are neo-Salafis. Neither am I saying that Salafis are pseudo Salafis. I'm talking specifically about Salafi publications. They are neo-pseudo Salafis. Some people title them as Safiqa, some people call them Hisbis, but I don't like the particular title, Mekhali. Some people call them at Mekhali. I don't believe in insulting people. La yalbisu anfusakum, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say in Quran, do not belittle each other with nicknames. So I don't even call them the Safiqa as they're titled. And that is really about their in-house fighting. This particular title is about their in-house fighting. So when we talk about the personalities that the followers of Salafi publication, they are fanatics with, we have to understand why they are fanatics for their personalities, such as Abu Khadijah, such as Hassan Somali, such as Umar Quinn, such as Anwar Wright, and so on and so forth. Why they are fanatics with these personalities. But you'll find that the followers have no attachment to the book of Allah and no attachment to Islamic knowledge, period. They're not Tulabu Ilm. Majority of the followers are not Tulabu Ilm. They do not understand Islamic sciences. Even from Aqidah and Tawheed, they do not understand it. They're only familiarized with a surface understanding from particular books coming from authentic scholars like Shaykh Muhammad Abdul Wahhab, rahimahullah, Fawzan, Hafidullah, and Bin Baz, and Albani, and so on and so forth. So the reason why the followers of Salafi publication are fanatics were people like Abu Khadijah, Hassan Somali, Umar Quinn, where you find them now calling them the Shuyukh. They're calling them now the ulama. And I'm going to make it a disclaimer. The laymen and lay people do not say who are scholars. The laymen and the lay people do not say who are scholars. Abu Khadijah is not a scholar in Islam. No scholar said he was a scholar in Islam. No alim said he's a scholar in Islam. No alim called Abu Khadijah a alim, a shaykh. No scholar known for knowledge, a rabbaniyun, Rasikun fiyam. None of the scholars who are sound in Islamic knowledge has titled them to be scholars, alim, ulama. None of them title them with these names. So the laymen do not say who are scholars. Scholars say who are scholars. And there's a clear audio from Shaykh Salih Suhaymee, Hafidhullah, who called Abu Khadijah. He is ignorant. He is jahil. Not just him alone, but also name other names in this particular audio, which later on I will add it to the description of this video. So why are the followers of Salafipubs fanatic with personalities? Now, this is going to go into mental health and why mental health is very important as a Muslim. Now, we understand from children or adult psychology or the nature of adults or human beings is called attachments. And when we study deep into the attachment that people have, the first type of attachment that a human, a person will have is in childhood. Your attachment is to the person who nurture and take care of you, who give you nurturing, who nurture you. So you will find the first attachment a person have is in his childhood is with his mother, then his father. First is the mother. Whoever feeds the child grows an attachment to that person because it feeds them, it nurtures them. Without nurturing, without nutrients, you won't have survival. Without eating, you don't have survival. So for the child, it can't survive on its own. The child can't go to work and bring home food and cook for themselves. The child does not have this knowledge. So the child grows an attachment to the person who feeds them because it's for their survival. It's what? It's for their survival. So the child grows the attachment to whoever feeds the child. If the mother's out the picture and the person who feeds and take care of the child and give it food, it's the grandmother or the aunt, the child's going to grow or have stronger attachment for that person. It is human nature and it's part of survival. Now, what connection is this with the followers of Salafi publications? Well, if you understand this basic psychology, this basic understanding of human development, you understand that the child has attachment to the person who feeds it because it's for its survival. The child cannot speak. It cannot go in the kitchen and cook. It cannot go outside and hunt. It cannot farm the land so it can eat. So the person who able to do this or bring them the food is a person they have the attachment to. Now back to Salafi publications and their followers. So the followers of Salafipubs, as I has titled in this video, they have no attachment to Islamic knowledge. They're not learning the religion the correct way, which means learning the Arabic language, sitting with the ulama, sitting with real scholars, going to Islamic universities, sitting in Islamic institutions, and learning the Islamic science, how the Islamic science has been taught, jil ba'da jil, how the Islamic science and the religion has been taught generation after generation is by attaining it from scholars, rather sitting with them inside the masjid, sitting with them inside the university, sitting with them inside the Islamic schools and institutions, learning from scholars who are qualified, who are known for knowledge. So the followers of Salafi publication, majority of them, we're not speaking about a minority group from them, the majority of the followers do not seek knowledge this way. So they have attachment to Salafipubs personalities because these personalities from Salafipubs, they are the one who are indoctrinating them. The followers of Salafi publication are not learning religion the correct way. They have no attachment to knowledge and its scholars, but they have the attachment to muta'allimin, pseudo scholars, fake scholars, pretenders who claim to have knowledge like Abu Khadijah and Hassan Samali and Umar Quinn. They have an attachment to these individuals because the followers do not have Arabic. So that's the first thing what will connect them from connecting with real scholars, because the religion is taught and understand in the Arabic language. So they don't have Arabic institutions and universities where the students come out fluent in Arabic language. They might teach Arabic grammar. They might teach some Arabic vocabulary, but they do not master the Arabic language that is needed to understand the Islamic sciences. And I'm speaking about the mass followers of Salafipubs, not one or two of them who learn Arabic. I'm talking about the massive followers. So that means that the followers have to depend on Salafipubs personalities for translations and their interpretations. Just like an example of the child and human development, he has attachment to the person who feeds him, because the child cannot go and hunt on his own. The child cannot go and cook on his own. The child cannot go out for a job on his own, because he doesn't have the knowledge or the tools or have developed his brain in that capacity at those young ages. So the comparison between the child and his attachment to the one who feeds them is the reason why the child has love for the mother. Is the reason why the child have love to the caregiver that gives the child food. Nurture them. And nurturing is what? Taking in nutrition, eating, drinking, food, so the body could grow. So with the follower Salafi publication, they take the personalities as the what? The caregiver, who's to them in their mind setting, who is spiritually feeding them. Who are what? Spiritually feeding them. So they don't have knowledge of Arabic, so they can't attach themselves to the scholars, because the scholars teach the religion in Arabic. They don't have no attachment to Islamic sciences, because all Islamic sciences is rooted in the Arabic language. Al-Aqidah, the word Aqidah is Arabic. Al-Tawheed, the word is Arabic. Al-Hadith, or Mustalah Hadith, this is a word in Arabic, and its sciences are attached in Arabic. The Quran, Ulum al-Quran, this science is attached in Arabic. It's in Arabic, and you cannot take Arabic language out none of these sciences. So the followers of Salafipubs don't have Arabic, which cause them to what? Be blind followers. And they don't have no attachment to Islamic knowledge, because they don't know Arabic. They have no attachment to the real scholars, because they don't know Arabic. So Salafipubs give them their version of what is Salafiyah. So the reason why you could debate or argue or try to bring evidence and proof, and you could quote Quran in English to them, you could quote Hadith to them, you could bring the authentic scholars to them, but they still refuse to comply or hear and obey or listen or to understand, because they already attached Islam to Salafipubs. Because Salafi publications are the ones who are what? Translating some religious books, Islamic books. Salafipubs is just only spoon feeding the followers information, and they only get an expert little bits and pieces of information from the religion of Islam, and they're giving their own interpretation. And the followers who wants to be spiritually nurtured, right? They have the attachment to the personality, because now they are blind followers of this personality. Just like the child, the one who is nurturing that child has the attachment to that caregiver, also blind follows that parent. Yes or no? Parent tell him time to eat, the child's going to come and eat. The parent tell him it's time to do this or time to do that, the child is going to do it, because the child love is connected to what? The parenting, nurturing that child, giving it love and feeding its food, which the child can't do for itself. The Salafipub follower can't go and understand the religion by themselves, because they don't have the necessary tools to do it. They don't know Arabic language, so they cannot connect themselves to the Quran. The Quran is in Arabic language. They cannot connect themselves to Hadith, because Hadith is in Arabic. They cannot connect themselves to the scholars of Islam, because they're teaching all these Islamic science in Arabic, because this is how it's been preserved generation after generation. So the Salafipub followers, you will find them that they themselves have no attachment to knowledge. And I'm not talking about one or two of them who went to study religion a little bit. I'm talking about the mass followers. And this is why I call them the neo-Salafis. The neo-pseudo Salafi, which is Salafipubs. They have no attachment to Salafiyah, because they have no attachment to no Islamic knowledge. They have no attachment to any Islamic sciences. They only have attachment to their personalities. They only have what? Attachment to their personalities. And you will find as the norm in their group that they are never become alim. If you notice, Salafipubs do not produce alim. A muta'allim cannot produce an alim. A muta'allim cannot produce a talibul a muta'allim, a pseudo scholar cannot produce or make a real scholar. A pseudo scholar cannot make a student of knowledge. So you'll find with Salafipubs and its followers that none of them, they never produce tulabul they never produce ulama, because they're not ulama, and they're not teaching their pupils real Islamic knowledge. So you'll find from the followers Salafipubs, the mass followers, they're not tulabul. If I go into Indonesia, to the Salafi community, which Arabic is not their language, you'll find many of the Salafis are into what? Tulabul. If I go into Africa, where the people are Salafis in Africa, the people who claim to be Salafi, you'll find that many of its followers are also tulabul. If I go into Arabia, Dawla Arabia, if I go into the Arab countries, you'll find that the people who are claiming to be Salafis, you'll find that a lot of its followers are also tulabul. And in America, from the pseudo Salafis of Salafipubs, their followers, you find the mass majority of them are not tulabul. They're not tulabul. They don't have Arabic. It cannot be a real strong student knowledge of Arabic language. It's not happening. And only in their group, they're the ones who don't understand the importance of the Arabic language. This is something I wanted to get out there. So the reason why their followers are fanatics with their personalities, because they're the ones who are spoon feeding them information. Well, how do Salafipubs spoon feed them information? If you look at the followers of Salafi publications, look on them on social media, only thing that you see from them that is some remnants of knowledge is that they take little quotes, Islamic quotes here and there, and they post them all day long. Little quotes from Ibn Taymiyyah, but they never study all the works of Ibn Taymiyyah, and they can't because they don't know Arabic language. So wherever Salafipubs spoon feed them little quotes here and there from some scholars of the past or some scholars of today, little quotes here and there, but they never teach the people from A to Z in all subjects. You find nowhere on their websites teaching any of the Islamic science from A to Z. Never, 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 never. Never teach their followers the Islamic sciences, each subject from A to Z. Never, nowhere on their websites or social media. Nowhere. They just spoon feed them little quotes, and the followers take these quotes as being real sound knowledge that is complete, which is not. So they spoon feed them this information, and the followers of Salafipubs who don't have Arabic, which means they cannot attach themselves to real scholars and real knowledge, they go back to these personalities who they fanatic with: Abu Khadijah, Hassan Samali, Umar Quinn, and Wright. They have to go to them just to get spoon fed, because spiritually, the human fitra, the Muslim fitra, is to what? Want to understand the deen of Allah. The fitra of insan, the fitra of the Muslim, is want to ya'budu Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the fitra of the Muslim. So the Muslim, from them, the SP, Salafipubs, their followers, spiritually, they're looking for something. So they just spoon feed them bits and pieces of information, will never fully grasp each subject. So they always go back and forth to these personalities for some information, because spiritually, a Muslim, he needs to spiritually understand the religion of Islam. But you'll notice, spiritually, they never develop. About to make this video short and out of here. The Salafipubs followers never spiritually mature. Never. Because to spiritually mature as a Muslim and to spiritually mature as a Salafi is that you become an alim in the religion. As Allah, tafaqqah fi dinillah. As Allah say, to become what? Tafaqqah fi dinillah. This means to become a scholar. A scholar. إنما يخشى الله من عباده العلماء. هذا قول الله سبحانه وتعالى. The ones who fear Allah the most from his slaves are the scholars. So the Muslim ibadah, or the Muslim, he's looking to get closer to Allah, is by understanding the religion of Islam. So he must become a alim. So you notice the followers of Salafi publication never mature in this as a group. And that's why I could go to Saudi, I could go to Kuwait, I could go to Jordan, I could go to Egypt, I could go to Morocco, and the people claiming to be Salafis in these countries, you'll find that majority of people claiming to be Salafi, that a lot of them are tulab, but not here in America, not the followers of Salafipubs. I go to a non-Arabic speaking country, Muslim country, I go to Indonesia, I find a lot of the people claiming to be Salafis that a lot of them are tulabul. They understand Arabic language. They understand Islamic sciences. I go to Africa, which many there are Muslim nations in Africa and non-Muslim nations in Africa. Arabic is not the mother tongue, but I go amongst the Salafis there. You'll find that majority of the Salafis there, they are into tulab. They are into tulabul. They are tulabul. You'll find a lot of them who claim to be Salafi. They're also students of knowledge. They know Arabic. They know Quran. They memorize the book of Allah. They have attachment to the scholars. They have attachment to the Islamic knowledge. They have the attachment to the Quran. What you'll find with the followers of Salafi publications, they're never spiritually mature. Never spiritually mature. Because you cannot mature spiritually in the religion of Islam without knowledge of the book of Allah. And if you can't understand that without Arabic, you can't understand that. I can't understand that if you don't attach yourself to the real scholars who are teaching the book of Allah. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك واشهد ان لا اله الا انت استغفرك واتوب اليك.